Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be going over how I was able to generate 182K in 14 days from one of my clients in the trading space and the biggest gaps and issues that a lot of coaches in info are having today and how they could fix them to increase their revenue on the back end. So what we're going to be covering is why coaching offers plateau and why it's not content, the full funnel setup that removes friction and gets those book calls, how to get those calls to have an 80% show up rate so that almost everyone that is applying into the form or whatever it may be is getting onto the call, the content system that converts, and of course the outreach structure. So a little bit where I came from. This is me around a year ago, working in construction on a summer job, not really doing anything in the online space. I then transitioned into working at a high ticket sales. I started working for Breast Scales, who was huge in the info space, got into it. The sales part wasn't really for me. I didn't really do well, but it really introduced me to the info space and how what I wanted to do in info. And that's how I learned the basics of info, started doing more research, and ended up building systems. That's how I was able to get results like this, getting $2 million in a year on one of the offers I operated basically from scratch. I'm now 20, work from wherever I want, usually online, and I'm going to show you the entire system on how that works. So firstly, the real reason coaching offers get stuff is not really good content. A lot of creators, the reason they're big is because they know how to post content on whether it is Instagram, TikTok, or IG. It's the back end. There's no funnel, no follow up. If there is a funnel, it's really basic and boring, and really gets you to those inconsistent months like 18 or 15K. A little bit what a coach or an operator does. Coach is really supposed to just create content, delivers the offer, get results for the clients, and show up for their calls. The operator, on the other hand, is supposed to take the majority of that back end work. So building and managing the funnel, setting up an outreach infrastructure, running the flows, getting appointment setters and closers for the sales calls, tracking all data on the pipeline with KPIs, and of course, optimizing to get the most results that you can. The one question that determines if your funnel is working, in my opinion, is if you're getting fewer or more than 5 to 10 qualified calls per lead. The two have different outcomes. So if it's yes, it would be definitely to remove friction. So if you're really getting these and you want to increase, you're already doing well. Direct link in bio, so definitely a type form, fewer form questions, remove all the fluff, multiple choice or written answers, and no VSL. This is if it's really optimized. This is probably pretty rare. This if you're a huge creator, this would probably work well. If you're not getting it, it would definitely get a longer VSL. It's basically because people don't trust you and you need that friction. So get those really qualifying questions, make sure they can afford and are ready to book a call, getting that approval. So like I was saying, giving those questions that really show that they are eligible, which I'll go into, and of course getting more trust. So a VSL video that would really pre-sell them. Form questions that actually do matter and are what dictates if you convert or not, for sure. Basic name, what they do, etc. Current monthly goal, I would put at medium importance. Definitely good to build a pain point, especially here with biggest bottleneck. You can put those together, why they're stuck there and why they want to get past that. Revenue goal, good for also that pain point. Investment level, probably the most important in showing how much they have and if they could even qualify to buy it. And confirmation, that gives them extra point of pressure that they said they're going to show up. If they don't show up, they will not be able to book another call. In terms of show rates, to get them above 80%, it's really all with the follow up, getting those email marketing and SMS automations. So meeting gap for booking, definitely get them a email and SMS. Basically, how to prepare for the call, what they should expect 24 hours before, giving an automated email and SMS reminders just so they don't forget. Maybe they book 2-3 days before. Also, having on your Calendly where you don't allow bookings past like 2-3 days past the date. So let's say today's the 20th, they can't book past the 22nd. An hour before, give that final thing, just another reminder, and then 5 minutes before, send the link. This can be done with the setter or automated, preferably the setter, because it can answer any question that they would need, and as the offer gets bigger. And for sure to focus more on Instagram DMs than email. Why show rate is probably the most underrated metric is because with the same amount of leads, you can get double the amount of revenue, all depending on show rate. So in this case, same thing, 20 calls show up, 40%, only 8 calls happen. 80%, 16 calls happen, that's double the amount. Let's say you close all them, even if you close half, that's still doubling. Same leads, better results. And that's just with the follow-up. Email, keep it pretty simple, nothing long. All short emails do extremely well. For the first email, definitely a free resource and asking for a reply so you can get out of spam. So if they reply yes, if they show up, whatever. Email 2, build resonance. So just maybe a little bit more about your story, how you can relate to them, you were at the same spot, etc. Three, quick value. And this is, by the way, if they would not book a call, just get them to those calls to convert. Quick value, light CTA. Four, case study, showing the results you got for someone else. And five, really a last call and urgency, and get them to convert. Usually, probably by email 3 or 4, they would convert if it's done well. For content, the one thing I see is that most coaches are only posting one type of content. They only want to post educational things, so really niche stuff. They try to go viral and get followers, and then they wonder why no one's viral buying. Definitely for long form, even for IG, followers do not really matter. It's really how those followers are converted and how pre-sold they are and how much content they consume. In terms of content, there's 3 pillars: bottom of funnel, middle of funnel, and top of funnel. I'll break them down. So bottom of funnel is around 20 to 30%. So this is super niche stuff. So case studies, specific results, basically things that only they would search for on YouTube in a niche, or on Instagram, super niche. Middle of funnel is basically the teaching. This would be like the selling point, the VSL, YouTube long form, free course kind of thing. It builds a relationship. The highest trust, the longest thing, gets them to trust you. And top of funnel is basically just getting people into your channel. So it's like mostly things on TikTok, trends, viral things, just to get people in the door to see you, push to your page, and then breaking it down this way, right? So why does long form outperform short form? For high ticket, is basically the longer someone watches you, the more they trust you. Usually they would need around 8 hours of content consumed to buy from you. And doing that in a YouTube long form, even with a reel, you can send, I don't know how many reels to get even to one 60-minute YouTube video. It's just longer to push into YouTube. And if you're doing a long form, I would even suggest 2 10-minute videos. I would definitely do longer YouTube videos and then reels. In the sense of Instagram, how it generates 40 to 50% of the revenue without reels. So that is mostly going to be from story sequences, which normally convert extremely well. A couple months ago, even to a year ago, really edited ones did extremely well, but now just keeping it simple, 2 or 3 slides, with showing what you want to give them, and then having a CTA to apply, or dropping a link works really well. Of course, outreaching, even yourself, messaging without a test, a setter, messaging those clients, getting that personal connection with them really converts well. On the other hand, getting those setters to get to everyone that you can't get to, doing all the back end work here, only outreaching to really qualified leads and following up with them. And then, of course, giving CTAs, like giving offsite automations via like ManyChat when they follow, or if you have in your reels something that to comment, you would have a ManyChat automation. For the call, a lot of creators go wrong is that they really try to pitch them right away, come off too salesy, and goes away. Of course, at first you'll be doing your closing calls if you're really under a certain threshold, like 50K a month. You have to understand it is a diagnostic, not a pitch. So ask about their current situation, revenue, bottleneck, what they tried. Ask them what success looks like in 90 days to really show them a proof of concept, what they want to be, and showing you how you can get them to there in 90 days. Show them exactly what you would build for the specific situation. Get really niche with it, really show how you would help them individually. Walk through every step by step, so they can see that you know what you're doing without having any questions. Ask if this is what they've been looking for, not really harshly, but really like a close thing. It's like, what they want from a coach, what would make them want to buy from you. And of course, close naturally. If it doesn't go your way, don't push them. Ask them to leave it really open at the end to reach out, or reach out soon, and don't end it harshly. When someone can see the exact step that fixed their problem, the close is almost natural. And once all this is all done, this is what it looks like fully operational. Like I said before, getting that 182K cash collected in 14 days, that 2 million annual, even here 30K on a monthly offer, which you offer free: the friction framework, how to remove or add friction, the full low friction funnel setup and booking form structure, the pre-quill flow, automated and manual sequences to get to those 80% call rates, the system, content system, so the top, middle, and bottom of funnel, the Instagram ecosystem, the outreach and social structure, getting those setters and pipeline tracking, and of course the sales. What this video gets you versus what working together gets you past. So in this video, you understand every component to scale an info offer, how to start building pieces by yourself, and know exactly what's missing and what to implement. What working together works like is I build the entire system for you: funnel, content strategy, outreach, pre-call flow, sales infrastructure, all of it. getting really short circuiting months of trial and error. I know what works for specific creators and how to implement it. And I've done this multiple times with proof, as I said. So in the description, there is a free funnel audit. You can book a call on me, quick call. It's no pressure. Just I can break down everything you, showing what you're missing. Link in the description to book, or you could DM me on Instagram if you can't find the time.